The Los Angeles Dodgers signing Juan Soto. I just want you to let that thought sink in for a second. Can you imagine if everything unfolds the way the Dodgers plan it to? They beat the Yankees in the World Series and then take Juan Soto from them? Cucking of the century. And this World Series is far from over, but as far as free agency and offseason stuff goes, in today's world when the Dodgers want something, they got that something, and then somehow find a way to get a discount on that something. Juan Soto has been really consistent from the get-go when it's come to his contract, whether it was back when the Nationals were trying to extend him all the way through now. Before he was even traded to the Yankees, when there were just rumors the Padres were going to trade him just in general, my original thought was that whatever team Soto was traded to, that's where he'd be the rest of his career. My prediction was that he'd just immediately get extended wherever he ended up. I mean, this was about to be his third team. It's Juan Soto. There's no way a team gives up valuable prospects and assets for just one guaranteed year of him, right? Doesn't make much sense. So when that team ended up being the Yankees, I expected the team to eventually just give him and his agent Scott Boras the Brinks truck and call it a day. But that never happened, and as long as he's been a Yankee, the narrative has been the same without changing at all. He plans to enter free agency and see what's out there. Not that he doesn't like New York, he does. He's had a lot of fun and he's made that clear, and you can see it, but Soto wasn't ever going to take a hometown discount anywhere, whether it was in Washington, D.C., San Diego, or now New York. It seems crazy, like it doesn't really feel like there's a legit chance Soto leaves the Yankees, but it's pretty simple. If the Yankees end up being the highest bidder, that's where he'll end up. If not, he's gone. Call Soto money hungry or selfish, but I don't ever blame a player for getting the most money possible. When you have normal money, you look at Soto's situation and think you'd be grateful with $450 million and not care for more, but you just don't know what you'd be like in his situation. And there's a good chance that if you were in the same situation as Soto and had the chance to get, say, $600 million instead of $450 million, you'd do it. And he's earned the ability to do this, something barely anyone can say that they've done. Scott Boras just recently came out with some interesting comments regarding Soto, and I call them interesting because some may find them a little disrespectful, not to Soto, but to the late Peter Seidler, the former Padres owner who passed away about a year ago. What Boras claimed was that if Peter Seidler were alive today, Soto would still be a Padre and would never have been traded to the Yankees. Why? Well, according to Boras, he and Seidler were deep in discussions on a contract for Soto until his illness really stopped the process because Boras knew the organization would be different. Seidler really wanted to push a Soto contract even though he was sick. Again, maybe a little distasteful to bring this up. I don't know. Maybe you feel that way. I don't really see how this is a way that helps Soto in free agency in any way though. So maybe this is just Boras simply talking about a true behind the scenes story before Seidler's sad passing. It's not really something that he's using to help get more money or something like that. Either way, the Padres obviously moved in a new direction after he passed, and Soto's been killing it in the Bronx this year, helping his case even more for whatever massive contract he gets. The narrative this entire time, ever since the trade, has been that the Juan Soto sweepstakes will be between both New York teams and that's really it. Steve Cohen's Mets bidding against the Yankees. The Dodgers have been dominating free agency of late, but obviously when you spend $1.1 billion over the offseason, which included Shohei Ohtani's $700 million contract and Yoshinobu Yamamoto's $325 million contract, they're clearly out on someone like Juan Soto. I mean, there's no way they can... Oh no, they're in on him too. See, the thing with Shohei Ohtani's $700 million contract, the Dodgers kind of sort of don't have to have all that money on the payroll over his 10-year deal. Like, far from it. They're deferring the vast majority of it, meaning they were able to save so much money off the payroll to be able to get other players, like Yamamoto and Glasnow and Juan Soto. I mean, are you kidding? Now, apparently one of the questions regarding Soto and the Dodgers is the idea that Soto doesn't want to go back out west and prefers the East Coast, but we're talking about Juan Soto here. Dude has made it perfectly crystal clear that he's going where the money is and that Scott Boras is playing the role of Jerry Maguire as much as ever. I also found this funny. In the New York Post article talking about this whole thing, an anonymous Yankees person said that Soto signing with the Dodgers would quote unquote never happen. Okay, and Adolf Hitler famously said back in 1942, we're gonna win the war, bro. Sure, money isn't the only factor, and Soto staying a Yankee is still the most likely outcome of all this, but money is by far the biggest factor. And you can talk all day about Soto maybe preferring the East Coast or loving New York, and that could all be true, especially the New York one. But if the Dodgers hand Juan Soto more money than anybody, I have a hard time seeing him and Boras turn that away, and that's because of what those two have given us over the last year. All of their actions and words have led it to be that if the frickin' Rays came out of nowhere with the biggest contract, Soto would be going there. And how could Soto, just like any player in baseball, resist playing with the Dodgers? I mean, I get that maybe you'd want to have that competitive edge to beat the Dodgers instead, but you're telling me you could be one of the richest players in all of sports while playing on a super team full of stars, going to the playoffs every year? Hard to say no to that, but oh my god. Juan Soto to the Dodgers? That's like Barry Bonds taking steroids. Wait, that's like the Empire building a Death Star. Damn it. You get the point. The Dodgers, already a super team and the most powerful team in baseball in terms of talent and star power, imagine adding Juan Soto to that. Let me know your thoughts and thank you for watching.